Hey, welcome back to Inside the Creator. I'm April, and this is the place to be for emotional wellness, mindset, and self-discovery for the creator in you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I just have some simple reminders, right? If you are a creator, specifically if you are a woman and you are out here trying to create for legacy, create for profit, and create because you just want to do something that you want to do and literally stop doing all of those other things, this is a place for you. We need some reminders. And I left them over here. Let me go ahead and grab them. So sometimes we need reminders as creators and as people who want to make stuff and create stuff. And there are emotional challenges. There are psychological blockers. And we just got some stuff going on. And sometimes we just kind of need some reminders of what's really real. And these are the 7 reminders that I came up with kind of on the fly that I needed to hear myself. So here we go. So 7 reminders. Let's start at the top. This is your journey, right? This is your creator journey. And that's a reminder because sometimes we like to compare ourselves to other people, to where other people are, to what other people are doing. And this right here is yours, right? Which means it's going to look different, right? There's going to be some similarities, but it's going to be different and it's going to be unique. And the reason why it is unique and the reason why it is different is because for you to get your creations out here in the world, there needs to be some type of flow. And if it's not unique to you, what you're creating, then it's going to be very difficult for you to see yourself through the hard times and the hard parts. So just remember that this is your journey and it's not going to look like other people's. And also, even if you follow other people that do what you do and they're doing it a certain way, if you get to parts of their process that doesn't quite work for you, never, ever, ever be afraid to tweak it a little bit to fit you, right? Like tweak it to fit who you are and what you need and what works for you. Because even as a mom, like I have 5 children. So it's some things that people do that they suggest, it's not going to work, right? It's not going to work because I have 5 children. Some things don't work because I have a full-time job, right? So there are some techniques, some methods, some things, and I can do it this way. Some things I can't do because it's just what it is, right? So never be afraid to tweak so that you can create a system, a method that is unique to you getting yourself out in the world. And then the second one is your creations will blossom and impact people. Your creations will blossom and impact people as much as you are free and open and in flow, right? So you have to get to a point where there is freedom in who you are as a person and what you're trying to do in the world. We worry a lot sometimes about how are people going to react? How are they going to take this? How are they going to receive this? And that sometimes can get into our creative process because we're trying to mute ourselves, mute how we're creating, adjust what we're doing based on how we think we're going to be perceived. Like if I do it like this, it probably won't be that bad. No, make it that bad. Like if you think it's going to be that bad, do that. Because again, as long as how it's going to blossom as much as you're open and free and flowing with the idea and creating based on what you want it to be, right? What you want to see from it. And I'm learning a lot of that even by creating this channel and just working out ideas and figuring out how I can help people. And it's just like, sometimes I can feel myself kind of hunching down or like, I have an idea, I want to do this. And just, maybe that's going to be to this or to that or whatever. And don't do that. Really start to create space within you where you can start to open up and feel like safe. And that's a meditation, mindfulness, and journaling, right? Stuff that you can get to know yourself with so that you can reconcile all of the stuff that you think is bad or you think people won't accept. Because again, what you're creating, if it's not fully you, if it's not fully in flow, open, with an openness of your heart and your spirit and your mind, then it's really not going to be worth it to anybody, right? Because it's going to be cookie cutter and it's going to be like what everybody else is doing. No one needs that. Sorry, we don't need that. So that's number 2. Number 3 is do things because you want to, right? Not because you have to. And I know the first thing you think is, but there's a bunch of things that I have to do that I don't want to do. That's the problem. The best thing you can do, is what I do. I make things that I have to do into things that I want to do for now. And that means finding something in it that you can use to benefit your creator journey. I don't necessarily like working. I don't like working full time. I work with wonderful people. I usually work at great companies. That is not what I want to do with my time every day. However, I practice my communication skills. I practice dealing with different types of people. You get to practice how to kind of maneuver with people who you don't quite get along with or agree with. So you learn people skills. I learn presentation skills. Like there's things that I've learned on the job or that I keep trying to tweak on the job that at some point, I'm going to use it in my business. But for right now, being that I have to work and that's my, main income and source, that's what it is, right? So again, try to make the things that you want to do or the things that you don't want to do, find something to like about it so that it can be something that you want to do, that you're benefiting from, that you're getting something from. And that's the way to use it until you can't. And the whole goal is to start eliminating things that you don't want to do. Like, stop buying into the myth that life is hard and you gotta just eat shit. Life is not that hard. And you only eat shit for the things that you really want to eat shit for, right? Like, I have to record and make scripts and stuff like that. So some people, that may seem hard. And some days I don't really want to do it. Some days I'm just like, I'm tired today, or I'm just mentally drained today. So on those days, I feel like I'm eating shit, but it's for something I want to do. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. But I think the going slogan or the going idea is that you're just supposed to hate your life and that your everyday is supposed to be filled with a bunch of stuff you don't want to do. And that's just what it is. So just starts to think about, what can I start taking off my plate that I don't want to do anymore? And then what if something that I really have to do that I really don't enjoy doing, how can I make it something doable, right? Something mentally doable for now. Number 4, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. I forget who said, I don't know if that was like Ford or some old rich dude. And this has to do with mindset. This has to do with figuring out your beliefs. What is your belief system? What do you actually believe? Because for me, for a long time, I talked a good game. I'm like, I could do this, I could do that. I'm sure. But physically, on the outside, I wouldn't do it. I had lots of excuses about why I couldn't do it. I went through a lot of psychological and mental struggles trying to figure out, well, can I do it? I don't know. This and next. So it's just this whole reviewing your mindset, reviewing what you actually believe about yourself and about being a creator and about being someone who's trying to use their hands, their mind, their heart, their ideas to build a legacy. What do you believe about all those things? Because if you're not fully invested or fully in full belief that it's possible, that it's a thing for you, that it can happen now, then that's stuff that, you probably need to, again, journal about, figure out, walk, meditate about. Because until you get yourself locked into this can be a thing, it's never going to be a thing. So, all right. And then number 5, overthinking is fear. We think that if we think about, and we make a list and we check it twice and then we go read that, but we talk to that person, sign up for this course that, because I'm figuring it out, that's problematic, right? You're overthinking it and you think that overthinking it is actually helping you, and it's just delaying. It's delaying the inevitable, right? It's delaying getting onto it. It's delaying the getting into it so that you can learn from it and grow from it and see what you could do with it, and who you're gonna meet because you're doing the thing, and places you get to go and ways you get to experience yourself because you're actually doing the thing. So it's literally just like a delay tactic. So overthinking is fear. You can do this, for real. Put down the stuff, stop doing all the research, and actually just create the thing and get out there and impact the people. If you can't be confident, try to be humble. And I got this from Layla Hormozi, And I thought it was a great tactical tool that you can use when you don't feel confident. If I could just be confident, I'll do this thing. And to be honest, like that's never going to happen, right? Like that's going to take too long. So how about if you went to go do something and instead trying to overhype yourself or trying to be, I gotta feel, why not just say, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to go and do the thing. And I'm well aware that I'm afraid. I don't know what I'm doing. This may be trash. I'm willing to produce trash if that's the case. And yeah, just be humble. It'll bring the same energy, right? The same energy that you think you're going to get from being confident. You're going to get that same energy from being humble and just doing it, but not expecting yourself to be confident, right? Not expecting yourself to know all the answers, not expecting yourself to even know what you're doing. I showed up though, right? Because that's what it's all about. It's really not about how you show up. It's like, but you're here, right? You're doing the thing, you're creating the thing, you're trying the thing, and that's all that really counts, right? So expecting to be confident, especially in things that you've never done before, I don't know, that's kind of silly. So don't expect to be confident, but be humble and work out that action with humility. That's what I liked about that advice, is that you still get to do the thing, but you don't have to hype yourself up or try to pretend that you're something that you're not. You just fully embrace what you're feeling and like, this is what it is. I'm getting better, right? I'm figuring it out. It's going to get better at some point. And the last one is, the mountain is you. You are the one that's in the way, right? You are the obstacle. And I know we don't like to hear that. We like to think that we can look at our jobs, our spouses, our kids, our emotional turbulences, whatever the case may be, but the mountain is you. Until you unpack your stuff, figure out your things, take care of yourself, show yourself some self-compassion, do the thing that you said you were going to do, keep those promises to yourself, until you pour into yourself and start to be more self-centered, you're not going to be able to overcome that mountain. You're not going to be able to help other people to do what they're here to do. Speaking of which, the mountain is you. Brianna Waste. You need to get this. I'm thinking of doing a book review, but the way this book hit, you can't talk about this. And it's really about self-sabotage, right? Transforming self-sabotage into self-mastery. And it's so good. It's an amazing piece of work. I just love her. I don't even know what God was doing. This shit, I don't even know. But I'm thinking of just doing it like going like maybe chapter by chapter and kind of like doing it like that. I'm not sure. I just have to figure out how I'm going to organize it, because I really think that it can help, especially creators, kind of deal with self-sabotage, because it's all about the inner work. And that's what I love about it. It's not about all the tools and tactics on the outside, buying a whiteboard and a planner. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about that. It's about your stuff, right? The inner peace, the inner center, so that you can do what you need to do out there, kind of thing. So that's what I love about her work. And that is all that I have today. Keep making stuff. I'm gonna talk to you later. Bye.